to train as much as possible. Lift the most weights, run the most miles, swim the most meters. I remember one training camp where I swam 10,000 meters in the morning and 12,000 meters in the afternoon. 4 days in a row. My events were 100 and 200 meters. Back then, if athletes were lucky, they might get a massage at the end of a main competition or season. Stretching was optional at best, and recovery practices consisted of some ice packs on aching joints. Often, the most successful athletes were the ones who were able to handle intense training without getting sick and injured. As a result, athletic careers were short, injuries were common, burnout was a given, and mental health suffered. Fortunately, things have changed. We know so much more about human health and performance. Thanks to serious research into recovery and regeneration, scientists now understand that what athletes do when they are not training is as important as training itself. Think of NBA star Kawhi Leonard. During the season when he was with the Toronto Raptors, his sports scientist Alex McKechnie incorporated breaks into his schedule, now commonly referred to as load management, to ensure that Kawhi properly recovered from his injuries, developed his fitness during the season, and then peaked for the playoffs, ultimately helping the Toronto Raptors win an NBA title. This idea of the 24-hour athlete has become standard among athletes and coaches who have learned about the importance of sleep, healthy nutrition, optimal training techniques, immunology, massage, and the use of heat and cold, among other techniques, from sports scientists. Stretching, now seen more as mobility training, is used to build range of motion and to keep tissues healthy. Massage is a legitimate tool that can be used strategically to decrease inflammation. Cold water immersion can activate the parasympathetic nervous system to help speed recovery. Sports careers have become longer, and we now regularly see Olympians competing at the Games in their 30s and even 40s, and in equestrian athlete Ian Miller's case, in his 70s. Where athletes used to peak once per year, many now compete at a high level on World Cup or X Games circuits throughout the year, and then also peak at major events such as World Championships or the Olympics. Perhaps most importantly, athletes and coaches are now working on optimizing physical, mental, and emotional health as a foundation for world-class sporting excellence. We can break free from the sacrifices that keep us from reaching our potential, and it's the science and practice of recharging that will help us achieve it. It's time to take what we've learned from the sports world and apply it to our school, workplace, and home lives so we can get healthy, perform better, and ultimately focus on the things we really want. It all starts by slowing down to speed up. Rebuild to recharge. I am a performance physiologist. My area of expertise is the science and physiology of peak performance. I love studying the human body and the ways different organ systems, including the brain, interact and shape each other for the better. Consider your heart. It started beating about 21 days after you were conceived and won't stop until the very last moments of your life. During its lifetime, it alternates between relaxation, when your heart fills up with blood as it returns from your body, and powerful contractions, when your heart pumps blood to the lungs, where it is reoxygenated and pushed back out to your body to replenish your cells. This relaxation-contraction cycle repeats over and over again, a perfect example of the balance between recovery and work. Upsetting this balance leads to severe illness. Your lungs work in a similar way. As soon as you are born, you take your first breath of air, and you breathe continuously for the rest of your life. Breathing is a cycle where you contract the muscles between your ribs, your intercostal muscles, to lift your rib cage, while your diaphragm muscle contracts and creates negative pressure that pulls fresh air into your lungs. Once your lungs are full of fresh air, oxygen is pulled into your blood and carbon dioxide flows from your blood into the air in your lungs. Your intercostal muscles and diaphragm then relax, and your rib cage drops and your diaphragm lifts, which pushes the carbon dioxide-filled air out of your body. The contraction-relaxation cycle then repeats. Upset this cycle, and death quickly follows. Your muscles are also complex machines that function best by cycling between relaxation and contractions. Your muscles break down adenosine triphosphate, ATP, molecules, which create energy to power muscle contractions that enable